Welcome to Mystic Moons. Love in 2026. We are now a short period of time away from the new year. And of course, some people can say, oh, well, the new year doesn't officially start until spring. I have a friend who's always saying, even though her birthday is in the beginning of the year, she says, the beginning of the year is spring. She says, I won't adhere to traditional calendars. I'm here with my little cat, not very far behind. And I am going to get started in just a minute, but that's what we're here to go and investigate. Give me one moment. One second. Where I am right now, I hear it sounds wet. It's supposed to snow. Maybe it is snowing already. I can't quite tell. The sun hasn't come up. I did think it was a perfect time to go and check into what is anticipated for this year coming up. Is there a sign? Let's see the collective that we'll start off with. I guess we'll start off with air. I read my fools as Aquarius. Now, some people say it could be all signs, maybe. But when I get down to how I feel full energy, that aligns to me with that. So we'll start off with air. Thank you for the like. What does 2026 hold for Aquarius in love? I have Two of Swords. Prince of Pentacles, which is actually energy of, let me see, what kind of deck do I have anyway? I have to go and check. King of Wands. Okay, so this one is one that I know it's kind of in between Thoth and a traditional one. So we have Kings. So a Two of Swords and a Prince of Pentacles. I could see this being challenged in your notion of what success means, Aquarius. Maybe Aquarius, what you have around you for love could be a lot more valuable than you've realized. Likewise, too, what you have or had around you for love, Aquarius, we'll find out more. You could realize that that isn't quite the direction that you want to go in. This is a a recalibration of the important things for you, Aquarius. Hello. So, I have an 8 of Wands, Chariot, and a 6 of Wands. Aquarius, in your energy, whatever indecisiveness may have been there, perhaps on your part, perhaps on the people do I say who aligned with you? I don't think this is alignment necessarily. 2 of Swords and Prince of Pentacles. This is working towards alignment, working towards understanding in a solid way. But ultimately, Aquarius 2026 holds in love for you no hesitations. You know, Aquarius, things don't have to be perfectly aligned or make sense necessarily for you to find that partner, find that support, find the direction you want to go in love. Strong Libra energy coming up here, Aquarius, with some Cancerian, Sagittarius, and Leo energy. That's what I see 2026. You could find yourself, Aquarius, being beholden to or committed to ideas that you wouldn't necessarily before have considered that important, or perhaps connections that you didn't consider that important, or in the manner in which they would be built. But I see you establishing bridges, Aquarius. I see you forging bonds. And I see you following your own path in love. Your path, Aquarius, may not be the textbook, storybook, so-called checklist of P's and Q's of what to follow and what not to follow, but it's your own path, Aquarius, that you'll discover and build out together. You don't need to go and have examples to follow, Aquarius. You will set your own. Let's go on to the next air sign. Hello. And thank you. Okay. So now let's go on to the next air sign. That would be Libra. Libra, I'm going to shuffle these cards just a little bit. What does 2026 and love hold for the Libra collective? Now, for these readings, typically it's the sun, moon, and rising. I would also encourage you, as their love readings, to think about the Venus sign. Think about your Jupiter sign. You could think about your 7th house sign and your Juno placements. They're relevant, they apply. So Libra, what do we have for Libra 2026 and love? 8 of Wands, 5 of Wands, kinetic, very kinetic energy. Libra, one could say in 2026, in love for you, you're not going to have that much control over it, Libra. There is momentum here that can't necessarily be controlled by one person or directed in one person. All I know, Libra, is I have intense movement for you. Where you think you're going, you may go there, Libra. You may get there faster than you anticipated. You may have people urging you to move faster than you anticipate in a direction also too, where this could lead you, where you will be led. You could end up in a completely different situation or scenario or outcome. Very easy to, well, lots of surprises, I'll put it that way. You have surprises, Libra. In the energy Libra, if I was to use an analogy, think about a bunch of glass marbles dropping to the pavement of the hill. And they just go rolling down, and then Libra, you run after them, or some glass on pavement on a hill just moving. There's a variety of places and scenarios you could end up in, Libra. I have travel for you regardless, Libra. You could find yourself, this could be travel of an emotional sort, feelings that you haven't expected before. I do see victory, accomplishment, and self-satisfaction here. I do see fun as well, Libra. You have a lot of very kinetic energy. All you need to do is just place yourself in the right areas, Libra, and the environment is going to get things moving for you. Let's go and see some more. Thank you for the like. So, well, thank you for a couple likes. I have Page of Wands, Libra, Magician, Libra, and Queen of Swords. I read my queens as Cardinals. Queen of Swords is Libra. Energies I have here. I have Sagittarius, Leo, Gemini, and I have some Scorpio. If I was to look at bottom of the deck energy. I actually definitely see a lot of movement and travel for you, Libra. I think even if you do experience emotional distances, you are also going to be seeing and doing new things. I definitely think, Libra, 2026 in love is going to introduce you to entirely new sights and sounds and places that you haven't been in before. I think you're going to have fun in 2026. I do think it's going to contain surprises for you. I do think they're going to be very pleasant surprises, Libra, that you can utilize very effectively. 2026 in love for you, Libra. I see lots of growth, lots of personal growth for you. I do see as well with 2026, Libra, in this personal growth that's coming and all that you will be exposed to and experience. I see that, Libra, as making you almost more, do I say the word choosy? I don't really like that word. more determined, I'm going to say, Libra, that the type of connections that you commit to, you're not going to sacrifice, Libra, on anything less than what you want. You know, Libra, just because something aligns with you, but if it doesn't align with you 100%, maybe on some things, maybe on everything, Libra, I really see you holding off to into your own that, you know, just because something looks good or something is fun, someone really admires you and even treats you right in the manner that you'd like, I still don't see you, Libra, being that easy to win over. Because as you grow, Libra, well, I see growth here for you, Libra, and that growth has to be matched in the partner you have. I also see you raising the bar, Libra, for the people around you. That's what I see for Libra and love. Shall we go on to the next air sign? That would be Gemini. (2026) and love for the Gemini collective. So you could think Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. You could also think Gemini Venus. I feel so many people don't appreciate Gemini Venus. Why is that? Gemini Jupiter. You could also check out Gemini Juno. My cat's here like scratching out and being so cute. So cute in the corner of my eye. So, Gemini Collective 2026 and love for Gemini. 10 of Swords. Now, 10 of Swords is Gemini energy. Fool. All new Gemini. New person, Gemini. Entirely new person. No patterns being repeated as well in this energy, Gemini. 10 of Swords, Fool, and 6 of Swords underneath the moon. If I was to start calling out signs, Gemini, we do have some Aquarius coming into play. I wonder with the moon here, 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and the Fool, how much could you just be letting yourself be swept away, or someone coming to sweep you away, Gemini, on emotions? There's freedom here, Gemini. There's release here, Gemini. There is new love here, Gemini. A new era for you, Gemini. You know, Gemini, as we go into 2026 and the year of the horse, I invite you, Gemini. I mentioned this before on another live. I haven't had time yet to go and check it out, but I think the Chinese association of Year of the Horse, I think it aligns to Gemini energy. And I only say that because I see a new phase, and I also see being swept away into entirely new patterns, Gemini. Entirely new dance steps, Gemini. On entirely new surfaces, Gemini. Communicating entirely new things, Gemini. Fresh, Gemini. I have Emperor. I have Sun. I have Page of Swords. I laugh because a Page of Swords, Gemini, is such fresh energy. Well, the whole thing is fresh. This is, do I say a little caustic? A little spicy? A little sharp? This is definitely something like acidic, Gemini. Gemini, I see someone new coming into your way. Gemini, if I was going to use a phrase, this could be the one. You could very easily, in this energy, Gemini, be coming across your life partner. Likewise, Gemini, in this energy, very high chance that you could appear also to others who you meet as their life partner. Very strong magnetism here, Gemini. Where it goes, Gemini, it's up to you. I'm going to say I laugh too with Page of Swords energy here. Something about the magnificence, Gemini, of a love prospect coming to you. There will be a flaw, do I call it, Gemini? Do I call it a little bit of humanity? You know, I see, Gemini, someone quite impressive, but they're going to have a few flaws, a few hiccups in themselves that will make them appear all the more authentic, real, human, not at all studied. And also, too, a promise of more growth yet to come. Well, that's what I see for Gemini. Let's see. Signs I see, Gemini. I do see, well, 10 of Swords is Gemini, Aquarius, Leo, Aries. I would also encourage you with these signs to consider the Venus, Jupiter, and depending, Juno. So I did I do Libra? I actually forget now. I did. Did I? Did Aquarius? I did. Does anyone here recall? No, I'm ultra curious. I did Aquarius. We did Gemini. I think I did do Libra, most likely. Let's go on to the next collective. We will go on to, that's still air. It's still air. Very strong air here. We'll go on to water. Let's go on to Cancer. So that would be a Cancer sun, Cancer moon, Cancer Venus, Cancer Jupiter, and depending if you'd like, you can also consider a Cancer Juno. So Cancer collective, 2026 for love, for Cancer. Love in 2026. I get green right here, Cancer. Let's see what that's all about. 6 of Swords, Cancer. Wanting to be cautious. Move carefully. Prince of Cups and Magician. Things could be slightly out of your control. Timing could be out of your control. How people move, Cancer. Is something, it's a little bit of a wild card. This also says in this energy, Cancer, I don't think necessarily surface appearances tell the whole story. How someone appears to be is not necessarily how they are. So I have 9 of Pentacles. I have Hermit. I have a card that fell out. And I have a 10 of Swords. (2026) and love for you, Cancer. You're moving. Maybe alone. That's where you're going, Cancer. Moving alone. And when you don't expect to find someone, Cancer, you do. Cancer, in this energy, it's a little bit like running into someone who you did not expect. I don't quite know in this energy, Cancer, is that a new person? You could reconnect with someone. You can also move very far away from all those who you've known, that which you've known, into an entirely new area. I have very deliberate energy. As I said, Cancer, you can't necessarily control things, but I do see here you taking very strong movement out. And yet, Cancer, even though you take very strong movement out, I still see I see some meetings, Cancer, that you don't anticipate. And maybe you'll choose to ignore those familiar faces or people who try and approach you, Cancer. Maybe you'll engage them. You could run into someone you know in an entirely new environment, unexpectedly. And also in this energy, as you are moving around, you could run into somebody also too who you haven't met before. All this energy is very transitory though. Whether it's you traveling, them traveling, I see traveling and meeting a traveler or being met as a traveler in your energy for love. Hello. How are you, Shy? Thank you for the hearts. And thank you for the like. Yeah, so that's what I see for Cancer. Ultimately, with 2026, either you'll be met as a traveler or you'll meet a traveler. You know, and that energy going further down, I kind of forget if it was a Queen of Pentacles and an Emperor, or if it was another Queen and an Emperor. But there's definitely the possibility of establishing very strong bonds there. But initially, energy is very transitory. Your feet will move over lots of ground, or the person you'll meet will be someone who has traveled lots of ground. Ah, you're a Cancer. Yeah, that's what I see for Cancer. Very interesting, right? I should have said sign, shouldn't I? Oh, well, you take it back. I do recall what was there. There was a Six of Swords. That would be Aquarius. Now I just remember the energy. There was an Eight of Cups, Pisces. Yeah, I kind of don't remember the other cards. All I know is that I see movement, travel, and meeting a traveler, being met as a traveler. That's what I have for Cancer. Oh, it is snowing outside. A lot. It's finally starting to get bright outside. All right, let's go and check out the next water sign. That would be Pisces. Shall we see what Pisces holds for love in 2026? 2026 and love for Pisces placements. High Priestess, which is Piscean energy. King of Swords. Someone's not willing in this energy, Pisces, to sacrifice anymore, especially when there are circumstances, Pisces, that they themselves could control. I see very strong extroverted energy here, Pisces. Extroverted energy because the stakes are high. Of course, High Priestess is Piscean energy. I have some Scorpio energy. I have some air, but I have determination not to let the important things go by. I have self-direction, self-action, self-initiation. I have Seven of Wands. 8 of Wands, 7 of Swords, another 5 of Cups. This is definitely, Pisces, all about seizing the moment. The future that is wanted either by you or the person who is going to be approaching you, or both of you. No better time than now. 7s may be relevant in this energy. 5s may be relevant in this energy. Pisces, I personally view my 5s and 7s as hallmarks, benchmarks of transformation. You know, one requires that the environment that you've been in, you have to change it. It won't work for you. It won't sustain you. There's a need for change. Also, too, with 7s. 7s, not only will you could work with your environment, but you yourself have outgrown it in some way. But both of them are hallmarks of transformation, with the 5s and 7s coming up. Scorpio energy could be relevant here. Pisces, maybe you have Scorpio in your chart. Maybe you know a Scorpio, or meet a Scorpio. But it definitely is tied into, in this energy, what cannot be sacrificed. What will not be sacrificed, especially when self-initiative can at least, well, can solve much. At least you know that you did all that you could. Someone did all that they could. Pisces, what I see in love for you, you should be getting some confessions, Pisces. Maybe you could be likewise feeling yourself the need to make some confessions, be very transparent, but I do see people being transparent ultimately with you. 2026 for you, Pisces. I see people fighting for what's important to them, trying their best not to allow miscommunication to get in the way. I don't necessarily see clear communication, but I see the attempt to state what's wanted, and the attempt to do what's expected. Energies here, Pisces, I see Aquarius, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio. And I think I have Scorpio to do for water, and then we'll move on to fire and earth. Ah, you're a Cancer. I just did Cancer right after Pisces. Just go back just a little bit, you'll hear it. I didn't read the signs though, but typically my interpretation of the signs isn't that different. Let's see Scorpio. And of course, you can also consider your Venus sign too, if you have a Venus in something else. My next sign is going to be, thank you for the like, let's go and do our next sign. That's going to be Scorpio. Scorpio 2026 and love. What does love hold 2026 for the Scorpio collective? That would be a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio moon, a Scorpio rising. Also, you can consider Scorpio Venus, Jupiter, Juno. You could consider Juno. Let's see Scorpio 2026. Four of Wands, Scorpio. Strong fire, Scorpio. Someone stepping up to the plate, Scorpio. Princess of Wands underneath, of course, and of course, Seven of Cups is Scorpio energy. I was going to say someone stepping up to the plate, Scorpio, probably because that's what's required to even approach in the first place. Very strong character that's needed here, very strong character you're calling to. If they don't have the correct backbone, Scorpio, they will not come. I have 10 of Pentacles, Scorpio, 7 of Wands, Scorpio, some more Leo energy coming up here. And a Page of Wands. Bottom of the deck energy, 2 of Swords. And there, a Sun, some more Leo energy coming through. Definitely, Scorpio, your energy around 2026 is strong. You need strong people with a strong sense of self to approach you. And also, too, people with strong, who's ready to make a strong commitment. 4 of Wands with a 10 of Pentacles. Well, energies we have here, I have Aries, Leo, strong Leo, whatever this is, 10 of Pentacles, Virgo, and some Libra. That Leo energy definitely could be in a Leo moon, Leo 4th house, Leo 7th house. I feel like the Leo energy here, while it could be overt, this is also sort of like the internal engine or engine fuel here. This is someone who just doesn't project strength, Scorpio. This is someone who is strong, Scorpio. Internally, Scorpio, their thoughts, their emotions, they're stable, they're strong. They literally weight lift building their own internal core up. Very strong. Also, too, as I was starting to say with 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, very strong domicile, domestic, household, family, partnership that grows. Scorpio, I don't see you entertaining anything that is frivolous, nor people, Scorpio, that's frivolous. And I don't see anything likewise coming your way. I see in love for you 2026, I see somebody grounded, stable, strong, and wants to go and build out that family legacy, that partnership legacy, wanting to build out your own unique chapter of I don't know, the start of Scorpio and whoever else you pair with or you are paired with. This could be new energy, Scorpio. This could also be continuing energy for those of you in a relationship. This is really just the energy of the partner who's by your side, who comes by your side. That's what I see 2026. And love for Scorpio. Thank you for the like. So we did water, we did air, we have earth, And fire left. I know that. I think we had a Virgo, right? Yeah, shy. Shall we see what is in the earth signs energy for 2026 in love? So that would be, the sun, moon. I was about to say sun, moon, and stars. Sun, moon, and rising. Maybe you consider rising a star, right? It's what attracts or what people notice about us. And I'd also put in the Venus and the Jupiter. Of course, I always see Jupiter as a different type of energy, but I'm sure it must have something to do with where my Jupiter is placed. Jupiter to me is literally the fortune and the wealth, but I'm sure in some people's charts, and as, I don't know, you go and meet people who expose you to different types of magnetic frequencies between people, I'm sure Jupiter energy can be felt quite cleanly and quite clearly. So, Venus, Jupiter, and Juno as well. So we're in Virgo. Let's see Virgo. 2026 and love for Virgo. Two of Swords, Virgo. Five of Swords. Oh, and this energy, Virgo, is holding oneself back. Virgo, in this energy, you'll find out more. But you could feel, Virgo, like something is not to be touched. Maybe, too, in this energy, Virgo, people could be seeing you as, well, hands off. Look but don't touch. Not yet enjoy, but don't engage. Looking at you from a distance, Virgo, but unsure of how to approach charm. In this energy, it's all about taking risk, Virgo. Is it a bigger, well, I don't know, maybe it's not a bigger risk. I was about to say, are they magnifying in this energy, Virgo, that which they feel awkward about approaching? I don't know, though, with devil here is pretty large energy. But this is all about taking risk, Virgo. Doing that atypical thing that you wouldn't be inclined to do. Oh, how cute my cat's like right now, thinking she's eating something. See that? Isn't that cute? She's eating something in her dreams. How cute. Still is doing that. She's really enjoying something. I think it's cute when she eats something and she thinks in her dreams, she's like, oh, this is tasty. It makes me feel like I'm doing a good job of feeding her. Anyway, Virgo, yeah, in this energy, what I see risk being taken. Maybe they need to be taken. Maybe you could feel like that is too much of a stretch. Maybe you yourself could appear to others too big of a risk. It's all about taking risk and gain. And I do see what you are pursuing or how they are viewing you, Virgo, as pretty large energy, a mountain to overcome. Also, too, in this energy, Virgo, what I see for you in love is either the self-confidence that you naturally go around. Well, I see self-confidence being a factor here, both in what is projected and also to what is developed, what is maintained, what is grown. No such thing as a big ego here or anything like that. This is really being confident and assured in oneself. Because what I have here is ultimately something seems like a big risk or to put yourself out there, but it really isn't that. But I see moving outside of one's comfort zones, Virgo, and I definitely see something very impressive. I see you appearing impressive, people coming up, and I see an almost immediate, do I call it awe or cautiousness? Maybe both. How do I handle this? So let's see what else we have here, Virgo. I have Temperance. I have Tower. And I have the Fool. So energy is coming up here, Virgo. I do have strong Aquarius with 5 of Swords and the Fool. I also have some Libra energy, Sagittarius energy, and Scorpio. Virgo, what I have coming to you is I do see someone very impressive. I see a lot of confidence, though, here, Virgo, ultimately being at play. I wonder, too, Virgo, if what I see here is not necessarily being too quick to commit. Is that the right energy that's here? Like I see sashaying here, Virgo. Have you ever watched a cat walk, Virgo? Especially when they know that they have their eyes on them. It's a specific type of walk. You can see too why they call the model walk the cat walk. If you look at cats when they know that they're being watched, not hunted or stalked, but watched. There's a swag that they have, a sway that they have. I have a sway here, and I feel like that's the energy that you should be embodying, Virgo. Because Virgo, I see you ultimately this coming year attracting a lot of attention. That's ultimately what I see for you in love. I see you attracting a lot of attention. Maybe it could be a little intimidating, Virgo. Maybe you're not sure of their intentions ultimately, Virgo. But that's the only thing that I have to say here, Virgo, is tap into your confidence, your sway, your swag, and project. Well, you don't even have to project. I'm going to say, because you are projecting. Tap into your confidence and do as you feel led to, especially here with Full World Tower. You have all this possibility of a really, is it a new start, new chapter? You have a new way of moving through the world. That's ultimately what you have, Virgo, in 2026. And that those movements can be as powerful and as large and momentous as you yourself believe them to be. You're only stopped, Virgo, by yourself. That's what I see here for love for Virgo. Did I say signs? I think I did. Okay. Well, I do have some Capricorn here too, Virgo, if I didn't call that out. Aries, Capricorn as well. All right, let's go on to the next Earth sign. And that's going to be, thank you for the like. That is going to be, you have Capricorn and Taurus, right? Let's see. Shall we see Capricorn? 2026 and Capricorn in love. What is 2026 in love holding for the Capricorn collective? That would be a Capricorn sun, moon. You get the idea. Rising, Venus. Jupiter and Juno. Let's see Capricorn. Capricorn Collective. 2026. Prince of Cups. Enthusiasm, Capricorn. So a couple things going on here, Capricorn. First of all, as we start to pull, I do have two princes. I have movement. That movement could be a little intimidating towards you, or the options that you have towards you. Likewise, Capricorn, if this is you in your energy, you could come off a little, someone's coming off a little strong. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them. I have energy here, Capricorn, that really wants to work things out. They really want to be there, be present for another. And in this energy, I have very bold energy, very bright energy, very communicative energy, very present energy coming at you, all around you. Maybe too in this energy, Capricorn, as people are coming and engaging with you and bringing warmth to you, Capricorn. I see warmth. You yourself could go and also be part of that energetic wave and spread warmth to others. And I mean that in a, nice way, not like, like literally making people feel great by your connections. I also see lots of socialness here, Capricorn, for 2026. I see people enjoying your company. I see you likewise too enjoying other people's company. I see lots of socialness. I see you making new connections. I see you highlighting and shining in the eyes of others. King of Pentacles. So Capricorn, I'm going to say that you are going to have choices. Ultimately, 2026, you are in very social energy here, Capricorn. Very desirable energy, Capricorn. Capricorn, if you yourself are putting yourself out there, or if you yourself are looking for a partner, I'm going to say, Capricorn, you don't need to have such a heavy hand in what you do. Maybe, Capricorn, you wouldn't see that it's heavy, but literally in your energy, I'm going to say your presence is enough. It's like your smile is enough. Your laugh is enough. You being there in relaxed body language, Capricorn, is enough. You in your presence is enough. And then when you start, Capricorn, to engage people, to be charming to people, to be friendly to people, Capricorn, you magnify your presence. In a big way. And I think that could come off as a little, just initially, bottom of the deck energy. Maybe too, you could make some people feel dwarfed in some way, or that they're not equipped to handle you in some way. So I just want to say, first of all, Capricorn, you don't have to try. You just be. Okay, that's my first my first advice for Capricorn in 2026. Everything that you wish to project, your best qualities, Capricorn, to others, you already are. So know that, Capricorn. You don't need to go and magnify or try to do anything more than just present yourself naturally. Secondly, what I see in love for you, Capricorn, I see you very desirable. Like super desirable. Like really desirable. Okay. I see choices coming your way. I do see you ultimately probably in this energy, Capricorn. Although there are choices, I do see only one person really resonating with you, or one person really being the option for you. But I do see lots of movement around you, lots of choices, lots of people who, the more, Capricorn, you just be. You don't have to project, you just have to present, be. I see more people coming towards you. And Capricorn, what do you want 2026 to be? Do you want that to be when you meet someone and bond with someone? Do you want this to be when you start expanding out your family? I see, if you want it, Capricorn, you can have extensions to your family built out, or you can start your family coming out. That's what I see for 2026, Capricorn. Very desired energy, Capricorn. Going the distance, Capricorn. And that's what I see there. So let's go on to, should I have said signs? Oh, well. Capricorn, you're just desired. Just take it as that. You can just be there, be all bright and smiley enough, Capricorn, and that's all you need to do. Maybe you don't even need to be smiley, Capricorn. You could just be there and, don't have your face in a laptop or a phone. Right? Be there with nothing necessarily occupying your vision. Be open, be accessible, be approachable. That's all you need to do. All right. Be there, Capricorn, with something that's approachable, like a pad and a pencil to sketch or write poetry on. Be there, Capricorn, with, what else could be on that level? A cup of tea or coffee, right? Be there, Capricorn, with some little project that you can arrange in and out. I wouldn't say a book, because a book you'd be same thing, but you get the idea. Okay, let's go on to the next sign. That will be Taurus. So Taurus collective, what does love hold for Taurus? Thank you for the like. Let's see, Taurus. And then I think we just have fire left. 2026 and love for Taurus. What does Taurus hold? Well, what does love hold for Taurus? I have justice. Three of Pentacles with justice. This is not quite like work paying off, Taurus. This is like work in the thick of it. I have work for you, Taurus. Benefits are possible, Taurus, but you're going to work for it. You're going to have to possibly, Taurus, to present yourself to maybe mutual contacts. I don't know whether this is in your work or family friends or neighbors, or how you present in the community, how you present in your hobbies, whatever you are involved with, Taurus. I see, first of all, love coming or being supported because of that which you're already involved in. And I do see work. I see you having to cultivate the type of person, the type of relationship that you want. Maybe, Taurus, you could meet somebody in this energy, and in order for that person to be a match for you, you have to give it time. You have to find out each other's likes and dislikes. You have to be very clear, Taurus, on what your expectations are, and give them time, Taurus, for them to produce those expectations, right? That's what I see ultimately in 2026, Taurus. It's not you proving yourself to others, but this is definitely people proving themselves to you. And Taurus, you must be vigilant. You just can't take something as, oh, I like this and it will be good. Taurus, you need proof of the good, right? If it's so good, where is it? If it's so good, show me. I have some Leo energy coming up here too, Taurus, in addition to Libra and Capricorn. Now, those are the energies coming up here, Taurus. Taurus, what I see, first of all, in love. Do keep that in mind. The perfect scenario is not going to fall into your lap. And Taurus, don't be so quick to go and commit. It's a process, Taurus. It's a garden, Taurus, that you must grow and make sure the right things grow in it. And if the right things don't grow in it, Taurus, you need to get rid of it and take it out to the compost heap, Taurus. I see rewards, though, coming for you, Taurus. Thank you for the light. Good morning. So let's find out more. I have Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, some more Capricorn energy coming in here, Taurus, and a Two of Swords. Some more, actually that Leo energy has always been kind of skirting in here. Taurus, we do have Capricorn, Libra, and Leo energy as your strongest placements here. I do have some Cancer and maybe some Pisces. I do have some Pisces. Taurus, ultimately what I see for you, as I said, you have to work for it, but I do see beautiful results, Taurus. Taurus, everything that you want, you can get as long as you insist upon it, Taurus, and don't backtrack, backslide, or overlook anything which disturbs you. Because I feel like, too, Taurus, in this energy, even if something does disturb you, as I said, we're talking about a garden here in which you cultivate. And in that regard, as you make your preferences known of what you want, what you accept, you'll have people or the person, Taurus, meet you in building that. Taurus, I am going to say in this energy too, I'm not necessarily pulling on single energy or couple energy. I'm just pulling on love in general. So I am going to say for the Taurus singles, if this is someone who you already know, I feel ultimately this is talking about a new relationship or a new way of acting in a relationship. If Taurus, if you have been dealing with someone, I feel like the sooner you start communicating and really putting your foot down on the expectations that you want with no backtracking, then you could get what you want. But ultimately, this feels like how you develop on with new connections, new people. You have to set the boundaries, the bounding box of how people operate for you. All right, that's what I see for Taurus. Hello, Melanie. Let's go and see, and thank you everybody for the likes. So that was Taurus, right? We did Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. And now we have fire. Now we're on fire. Shall we do Aries? Let's start off with Aries. Aries Sun, Aries Moon, Aries Rising. Do we have any Aries Venuses? Aries Jupiters, Aries Juno. Dynamic energy is Aries. What does 2026 hold for Aries? In love, I have 7 of Swords. Aries. 7 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Swords. A little frantic, Aries. Someone's going to move. Are they going to move faster, Aries, than you could anticipate? Are they going to move in ways that you wouldn't approve of? You are stepping outside the box, Aries, with whomever comes to you in love. This is not talking about changing your perspective or leaps of faith. This is an entirely different way of acting, Aries. Of course, 4 of Wands and Ace of Wands is Aries energy. I have someone who acts outside of how you expect, Aries. Maybe they act outside of how they should be. They act outside of your expectations. You have eccentricity, Aries, in your energy for love. So Aries, that's kind of funny because to me, I always consider Aries a very buoyant energy, a very bold energy. And Aries, I have someone here who's going to test that for you. Not going to be what you expected, Aries. Signs coming up here, Aries. Actually, I guess I folded those cards in a little too soon, but I have Aquarius here, Aries. I have an Aquarius energy here, Aries, that definitely marches to their own beat, Aries. And I think even you, my very bold and bright and enthusiastic and immediate Aries collective that I feel from you, even you, Aries, are going to be coughing a little bit at how this person moves. You'd be like, what? Okay. Let's find out some more about Aries. This energy. So Aries in love, I have a 3 of Wands. Aries energy. I have a 2 of Pentacles. I have Hangman. I have some more Aquarius energy with 6 of Swords. Empress. Oh, unconventional entirely. You know what, Aries? I am going to do another love reading. Don't worry, I will. And, you know, there are many different people and many different collectives and blah, 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 blah. But in this reading, what I have is I have somebody with really strong Aquarius energy. Aries, 6 of Swords is Aquarius, 5 of Swords is Aquarius. And then I have Taurus, Capricorn, Pisces, and some Libra. Aries, I have somebody here who I think you could be very drawn to. And I think something about that person, Aries, you could be there going, this is my match, my equal. This person makes me feel just fantastic. Because I had something like a 4 of Wands and some aces. And then I think, Aries, as you get to know this particular person, I think just the way that they move and they think and they operate is going to appear quite foolish or quite stupid, or just, you know, where do these thoughts come from? Like, how does this person even think of doing that? I think you have someone here in your energy who could come for love who would shock you. And if you were to stay with that person, Aries, you would change quite a bit yourself. I think, Aries, in this energy that I have that has very strong Aquarius energy, if you were, maybe they have an Aquarius Venus or an Aquarius Moon, maybe they have an Aquarius 5th house. I don't know, they have Aquarius, no, I don't even think 12th house. This is very overt energy. That's how they operate. I just have someone here who's very eccentric, very shocking, and I don't think, I think the more you get to know this person, the more things that they'll do that will be shocking. And if you stay with that person, Aries, you yourself will change quite radically from how you are right now, but you'll still find it shocking. You know, you could adapt yourself to this person's pace, Aries. It is possible. But ultimately, Aries, here's the thing. You adapt yourself to this person's pace. You are the one transforming for this person. This person will still be the same. And, you know, when you think about it, Aries, when you're in a partnership, shouldn't both of you theoretically grow and evolve together? So that's why I don't really like this energy. And that's why, Aries, trust me, I will do another love reading for you at some point soon. But yeah, in this energy that I have here, I see that if you did stay with this person, I see this person being very, 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 we'll just use the word attractive. I see this person being very, very attractive. But ultimately, Aries, I see you, if you stay with this person, you would be changing for this person. This person would not be changing for you. And I think that's sad. Aries, at the very least, both of you should be there modifying yourselves for another, not just all the changes on one side while the other person still goes around like a kite. So yeah, Aries. That's what I see for Aries, but don't worry, I'll do another reading on that at some point. Okay, just watch out for that person, Aries. That person could already be in your energy. That person could come up, as I said. But yeah. It's two one-sided Aries. Oh, my buoyant, wonderful, enthusiastic, eager Aries energy. I don't like that, Aries, for you. But of course, it's not me. But anyway, that's in your energy. That is a warning, Aries. Ah, you're a Libra. So I believe I did Libra at the very beginning of the live. First, I did air signs. So Libra would be there. In fact, do go through, I believe I did Libra and Gemini, excuse me, Aquarius and Gemini, but then I didn't remember Libra. I'm pretty sure I did Libra though. Listen and see if I did Libra, and if not, I'll do Libra. But I think I did. Let's go on to the next air or fire sign. That would be, we have Leo, we have Sagittarius. They both came up. Let's do Leo. We'll do Leo and then we'll do Sagittarius. Yeah, so it's in the beginning of the life. I did air, water, earth, and now I'm on fire. So, Leo. What do we have for Leo? Leo and love in 2026. Leo, I have a Prince of Cups. Prince of Cups is popular energy coming up this morning. I have a Two of Pentacles. Two of Wands. I have snuggles for you, Leo. I have snuggles. I do. Seven of Wands is Leo energy. I have a new person for you, Leo. I have someone seeing the worth of you, Leo. Someone valuing you quite a bit, Leo. I see you spending time, Leo, with a very particular someone. I see you bonding, Leo. I see very fluid and very easy connections being together quite naturally, enjoying each other's company in even the simple things, even the quiet moments of the day, Leo. I see someone who you can talk to, someone who you can be around with, and no words are needed, Leo. What nice, quiet energy, Leo. I have Hermit. Two, lots of twos. Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Two of Wands. Twos may be relevant. Bottom of the deck energy, High Priestess, another two. Twos can definitely be relevant for you, Leo. Of course, that Seven of Wands comes up here again. Did I have a Seven of Wands over here? I do. Seven of Wands, both, which is Leo energy. Five of Cups. A change, Leo. Leo, what have you put your foot down? What kind of patterns or traits or behavior, actions have you turned off to, you won't accept anymore, Leo? Also, too, it could be in your own behavior. Maybe, Leo, how you've been spending your time or what you've been focusing on, you realize that, hey, no, that's just rather transitory. You know, it could be in work or what previously was considered important or valuable, Leo. I see your direction, your focus, Leo, on other things. And I literally see, Leo, you finding such wonderful beauty and joy in literally the minutes and the hours of the day. In the mundane, Leo, the majority of the space that occupies our life, Leo, I see beauty being there for you in the quiet moments of partnership, togetherness, collectivism. Well, not collectivism, that's the wrong word. Just togetherness. I see togetherness for you. Looks very clearly like this could be a new person, the type of person who you've been trying to meet, the type of person who you've been insisting upon this, or a maturation kind of coming over maybe that who you've been dealing with, Leo. I see value in your partner, and likewise your partner grateful for such value that they have in you and the time that you have together. Really, really beautiful, precious energy, Leo. Leo, ultimately for 2026 and you in love, I see life, Leo. I see life being lived in the way that it should be lived. Very pretty energy. Let's go and see the next, excuse me. Oh, the final fire sign, that would be Sagittarius. Thank you for the like. So Sagittarius collective, that would be a Sagittarius sun, moon, rising, Sagittarius Venus, Sagittarius Jupiter, Sagittarius, I feel like I'm forgetting something, Juno, right? Or we could also do seventh house too. Think about the placements of love. That's what I would encourage you. So that would be a Venus, a Jupiter, a seventh house, and a Juno. In addition to the sun, the moon, and I so much want to say the stars, but we'll say the rising. All right. So Sagittarius collective, what do I have for you 2026 and love? I have the moon, Prince of Swords, someone running on emotion, Sagittarius. Also, two motivations may not necessarily make sense, but do they feel right? Do they need to make sense, Sagittarius? Well, maybe it would help a little bit to make sense. Sagittarius, don't get swept away. Oops, I do think sweeping away could be fun, but don't get swept away. Energies coming up here, Sagittarius. I have Pisces. I have Aquarius. I have some Taurus and Leo down here. If I was to read further back, I have some Taurus and Scorpio. You know, my nights to me always waver between, sometimes they're classified as Gemini. I don't know. I don't feel that quite. Prince of Wands, though, I do see my nights as Sagittarius. Sagittarius 2026 and love for you. I see enthusiasm. I see a tendency, a beautiful tendency, an exciting tendency to get swept away in love, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, could you be susceptible to flattery, Sagittarius? I see flattery coming your way, Sagittarius. I see more than appreciation. I see somebody trying really hard, Sagittarius, to impress you, to warm you up, Sagittarius, to give you a slice of the moon, Sagittarius, to pull stars down from the sky, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, watch yourself, Sagittarius, so you don't get swept away in the moment of love and romance. I only say watch yourself, Sagittarius, because I have such literally moonstruck energy for you. Maybe Sagittarius, you're just the type of person that in love, when in love, you give all, Sagittarius. And I do see all being offered to you, Sagittarius, which is why I say don't get swept away, because it's already being offered to you, Sagittarius. There's no rush. Take your time, Sagittarius. You can blink, breathe. Not going anywhere, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, that's what I see for you. I see you being swept off your feet. I see someone wanting to sweep you off your feet. I see a connection, Sagittarius, that can take on a life of its own if you fly with it, Sagittarius. And it would look so beautiful, Sagittarius, to go flying. Signs, Sagittarius, I see Aquarius. I think I already said signs, didn't I? But anyway, Aquarius, Pisces, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. I have some Virgo. Some more Leo. Yeah, that's kind of what I have. Excuse me. I have really strong emotionality, though, coming, Sagittarius, and hitting you off your feet. Maybe, Sagittarius, in this energy, you likewise could be having that effect on someone else. So these energies could go both ways. But that's my message for everybody. Thank you, everybody, so much for the likes. And I will leave this up for a little bit. So I'm around if anybody would like a reading. Until then, I'm wishing everybody lots of love, lots of light. So, and that's what I have. Bye-bye. Thank you. Hello, how are you?